Welcome back to Base Sunday. There is a huge need in the country to help folks with a national bone marrow donor program. CBS NCIS has joined the campaign, and you have probably seen their TV message featuring Rocky Carroll. Here to talk about it now and about the need to register and be the match is Kimberly Noss. She's an account executive, and a patient, Stephen Lee. Welcome, you guys.
Thank you.
Good to have you with us.
Thanks for having me.
Stephen, tell us your background. Now, you are a patient, and you've received how many bone marrow transplants?
I received 2 transplants in the past 3 years.
And what does that mean?
That means I have another chance to breathe and be on this earth. I had a battle with leukemia, AML to be exact, and the only possible way of survival for me was to have this transplant.
And the only way to get that transplant is to have someone help you out.
That's correct.
And what does that curtail?
It requires 4 simple cheek swabs of the mouth and just getting on this simple registry, and it's cost-free. And going into the process for me, since I'm Chinese and Hispanic, there's less than 1% chance of finding a match, and through God's grace, we found a match. And
Carol, where does that come in?
So the registry is about 10 million people strong right now. And through that, over 75% are Caucasian. Less than 7% are African American, 7% Asian and Pacific Islander, and about 10% Hispanic. So those patients have less of a chance to find their match. So this campaign, Swab plus DNA equals Save a Life, is really there to hopefully draw that demographic in, reach out to those ethnic groups, as well as the younger population. Partnering with CBS and NCIS hopefully is targeting about 18 to 44-year-olds, which have they're 10 times more likely to actually be called as a donor.
And all you got to do is join the registry. And,
yes.
And a simple swab of the cheek so they can get some DNA, I guess. Is that what they do?
Yes.
To see if you're a match to somebody that might need some help, right?
Yes.
And that is the big campaign? You're trying to get people out to do that?
Yes, it's all about going to swabplusdna.org, and hopefully you could be that hero to save someone's life. The other way to get involved is to help fund, and you can actually text the word DNA to 50555, and that donates $10 to the campaign, because there is a cost to us doing the HLA typing and getting people on the registry. We do not charge people. We want anyone who is willing to be on that registry to be on it.
How many people are waiting for a bone marrow transplant?
Right now it's about 7,000 people. There are 10 million people on the registry and still about 7,000 people searching.
And for someone like Stephen, it's tougher because of a biracial marriage.
Correct.
Where there's just not a lot of that out there, I suppose, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And if you want to register, do you have to be a certain age? Or
It's 18 to 60, but like I said, that 18 to 44 range is really the most likely to be called as a match. You need to be in general good health. There are some kind of general health guidelines, and be willing to donate to anyone. It is a national registry, which means you're not joining just for one person. You're joining and saying, I would be a hero for a stranger.
Well, I have a corneal transplant, so I've been there before. Because of someone who sadly passed away, I'm able to see out of my left eye now. And you must feel the same way, a connection to someone that is still living but was able to help you out.
Oh, most definitely. And, there is a 1-year leeway period until I can meet my actual donor. But, it has to be an awesome feeling on both ends just to, be able to donate and save my life and, be here today.
How do you feel?
Right now, I'm about 80%. My energy's there. Some days it's not, but as the months go on and I'm post-transplant, I'm starting to get a little bit stronger.
It takes a little time, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
And I think one thing that Stephen said, or you said, that his donor is still living. This is a way that you can save someone's life while you're alive. And that's another thing we're hoping this campaign kind of busts that myth that it's horribly painful and people have these images of how the donation process happens. So, it's just a cheek swab and some paperwork to join. And if you were called to be a match, about 75% of the time, it's similar to a blood donation. It's definitely a little bit more intensive than a blood donation, but it's not what people think. About 25% of the time, you're asleep for it.
All they have to do is talk to this gentleman right here.
Exactly.
There you go.
And know why you should do it. Well, thanks so much, you guys. I wish you all the best for the campaign and good health to you.
Appreciate it.
All right. If you would like more information on Be the Match, log on to swabplusdna.org. More Base Sunday right after break. Stay right there.